Hey, welcome to episode 4 of my Elden Ring Let's Play. Last time, which was just a few minutes ago for me, but who knows how long it's been for you, we talked to the witch Rena, as she called herself that, and we talked to Melina right over at the Gatefront Ruins. She gave us our steed, Torrent, which again, I'm still not sure if he's a horse or something else. And we came back, talked to Rena, yeah, said that. We cleared the Gatefront Ruins right here. And now there's a couple of things I want to do. First, there is something I want to mark here and here that for sure I want to do. And I want to read a few item descriptions. Stone fragment found near places where ruins have fallen from the sky can be used for crafting or simply for throwing at enemies. These shards of stone are believed to have once been part of a temple in the sky. They glow with a faint light from within. Yeah, temple from the sky. I have a few theories about this, where they might have come from. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon spirits of three wolves. Spirits of wolves chased from their pack, they later encounter nameless tarnish to welcome them as hunting companions. The wolf spirits overwhelm enemies with their agility, aiding the summoner in battle. Spirit summons, I'll use them in a bit. Just to explain them, I don't mind. And for some like early bosses I might use them simply for the sake of speeding up the game and making it easier, because if you're watching this series and you're playing the game for the first time, I highly recommend you use spirit summons. Personally, I think they were rather I don't want to say wrong addition, but the the balance that they introduced into the game made it so playing without them is quite a bit harder than normal, and quite a bit more, I'm gonna say, unfair, because the enemies are designed for spirit summons in mind. So you're obviously like you're making it harder on yourself if you don't use them. But I don't like using them because in turn, for the way I play, it makes it very easy to kill bosses. Smithing stones, okay, found throughout the lands between. Uh, Crafting kit, whetstone we've seen. Spirit calling bell. Doesn't actually give us much. Limgrave, the Mesne of Limgrave. I'm not sure if it's the Mesne, the Medne. I know it means domain. It's like the realm, or yeah, it's like the domain or realm of Limgrave. So basically, the area, the region, far south of the Erdtree. It's bordered to the northwest by the cliffs of Stormvale, and there in ever clouded skies roll the great steppes of the Pale Lands. Yeah, so when Limgrave, specifically Limgrave West, doesn't really tell us anything. Metal, great shield coated with gold, carried by knights loyal to Godric. The red tinge in the gold coat mirrors the primordial matter that became the Erdtree, the color of homeward yearning. Huh. Okay. Didn't know there was something that became the Erdtree. I thought the Erdtree just existed. Anyway, we've read about the items, we've learned a bit more about the background of this game, just slightly. Do nothing too big. Now we're gonna head to a little cave here. So this episode we want to get some runes to buy some items from Calais. Just some beginner items. It's a little lake here. Those monsters are poisonous, and they're rather easy to take care of. But I really do not see a point in going there. They're very tanky. Okay, well, you do you. Yeah, and I do apologize for all the markers. I might actually like change up not using the marker. It's just like there's a checklist of stuff I want to do early on. This is the only time I'm going to use the markers. It's for the checklist. And yeah, that's it. I don't have a torch. I hope it's not too dark in here, but I do think it is. And when you can see, I also can see. It's not a YouTube thing. This game can get very dark, even for like the player. Now, what's the name of this cave? The Groveside Cave. Yeah, you can sort of make out some shapes. Yeah, it's very, very dark. Even for me. Okay, never mind, it didn't see me. Good. Let me grab some cave moss. Can I craft anything that would be useful here? Nope. But we'll get to that, don't worry. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Oh dear. Pot. Cracked pots are very useful because I believe I can now craft a fire pot, and if I equip it, I now have a ranged weapon. A single charge of it, sure, but I can throw this and do a lot of damage. In other games like Dark Souls, you could get fire bombs, and early on they one-shot pretty much every enemy. I don't believe that to be the case here. But if you get in a bind and I need to like clear out some enemies from afar, I will certainly do that. Glowstone. Glowstone is emits light from the location it displays, illuminating surroundings. However, the effect is short-lived and it lacks the diverse colors of rainbow stones. May serve some benefits in dark places. Oh, yeah, well, there you go. Silver fireflies. Can't remember what they're used for, but I remember they had a rather unique crafting recipe. So let's just move along. This cave is very short. It's just full of wolves. Legs. Beware your fingers. And try something. Yeah, you don't have to try anything, don't worry. Like I said, most of these messages are just trolling. People trolling and trying to be funny. And they are funny. But they're not exactly something you need to worry yourself with. I'm gonna throw another one of these just so you can like actually see the cave. I'm gonna look up where to find the lantern after this episode. But anyway, it's the mist, golden mist. You know what that means? It's time to kill a boss. Oh, it's this fella. I'm not gonna say he's difficult, but I could die here. And I staggered him. Nice damage, very nice damage. And there we go. Flame Drake Talisman. That was a very clean fight, honestly, like extremely clean. I am proud of myself for that fight. Yeah, I don't believe there's anything in any boss rooms. There's some boss rooms where they carry on with the dungeon after the boss room, but I don't believe there's any boss rooms that actually have items in them that are like hidden. They're either very obvious or not there. And they give you a little portal to go back to the entrance. So yeah, that was our first dungeon. That's one of like the not auto generated, but like the more generic dungeons, I would say. Just a cave. They all look pretty much the same, and they play the same, and their bosses are not very unique. But there are other places, other dungeons. They're called legacy dungeons. Like for example, Stormvale Castle, which is a unique location that you don't really see replicated anywhere else. Then there's like some dungeons where they're very unique in their design, but they're I guess they still have the same aspect as some other places. Now, I'm actually not sure if I should go to that other place, so I'm gonna go back to the Church of LA. I'm gonna mount Torrent because I don't have to walk. And I'm gonna see what I can buy from Calais here.
Wait, weren't you... Well, you're back.
Oh, we can talk to him. Well, let's see what he has to say.
There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now, though the Elden Ring is shattered. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine. Perhaps you don't need to hear this, but see that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers. Lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving.
Yes, fun fact. You can kill every merchant in the game, and they drop an item. You give that item to someone else, and you can buy all their items. So there's really no point to keeping them alive. And it's actually like better just kill them for the sake of it, because then all the items are in one place. But I mean, why would you do that, right? He just sells you stuff. Anyway, we're gonna want to buy all the cracked pots, the cookbook, and the other cookbook. Now we can craft arrows, glowstone, cured meat, and white cured meat. And I'll get these the next time. We need 1.5. Oh yeah, I'll get the torch. I guess I will use the torch until I get a lantern.
Nice to do business.
Yeah, I'll equip the torch in this hand, and now we can see a bit when we go into dark places. So what did we just get? We got these cookbooks, yeah. We got the torch, but actually what I wanted to talk about is this, because I didn't talk about it. The ancient dragons who ruled in the prehistoric era before the Earth Tree would protect their lord as a wall of living rock, and so it is that the shape of the dragon has become symbolic of all manner of protections. Yeah, so the director of this game, Miyazaki, he I don't know if it's in every game, but pretty much every game that I know of, his dragons are all like, they're made of rock. They're like the earth, living. It's like they're living incarnations of the earth, so to speak. And yeah, I do find it very cool that all games of his share that theme. Dragons are the primordial beings that humans turn against. I'm trying to remember, there's a game that's very similar to that, where dragons are more like they're not just giant lizards. They're like the earth itself. I can't remember which game I'm thinking of. So yeah, that's the talisman that we just got. It'll come in handy, I think, in a couple of situations. But not right now. That much for certain. There's nothing right now that shoots fire that we'll have to deal with. Okay, so we're 15 minutes in. I think that we have time for another quick dungeon. There's a dungeon nearby that I also want to do. And I have to remember, I have torrent now. Oh right, I remember. Something I wanted to check. What does white meat do? Temporarily boost robustness. I actually don't know what robustness means. Now, if you take a look at this statue, weird guy. If you click examine, it says guide and gatekeeper for those returning to the roots. Now, I'm not sure if the message is going to be the same for every statue that you find, but they all look the same, and they always point towards the catacombs of that area. The catacombs are just another dungeon that you want to clear. Oh, Trina's Lily, I do believe that one's important for something. Yeah. And yeah, you see that giant? We'll go there soon, and we'll also go over there to my left with like the little white spots on the ground. Now you can see them. Let me see if they show up again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you see those little white footprints? We'll go there. I'm not sure if it's next episode. Probably the one after that with the pacing we're on. Maybe even another one. Again, it's gonna be a long series. I'm taking this very slowly. We're just having fun. Talking about the game, examining the environment, killing everything we see. And here we are. Now these catacombs, they might take us a bit longer to explore. They might push us over the 30-minute mark, but it's fine. It's not like YouTube puts a limit on uploads anymore. Back in the day, like 10 years ago, if not maybe longer, you couldn't actually upload videos longer than 10-15 minutes if you weren't partnered. And getting partnered was very hard. Right, we don't want to level up. I don't believe we'll have to pull out the torch because the catacombs usually are pretty bright. Proper death means returning to the earth tree. Have patience until the time comes and the root calls to you. Yeah, I don't know what that means, buddy, but yeah. Holy. There we go. Yeah, those fellas were not messing around. What item did I pick up? I wasn't even paying attention. I was thinking of something else. No, yeah, nothing relevant. Yeah, absolutely nothing relevant. Maybe it's just some golden rune. Right, let's go down. Oh, these. You do want to pick these up. Grave glowwort are the smithing stones, but for your summons, you can upgrade your summons, like the lone wolf ashes. You can upgrade them, and they'll be stronger, have more health, do more damage, all that stuff. Okay, come on. These enemies are rather difficult to deal with. They're very fast. They're decently tanky. And most importantly, they don't stagger too well. and they'll keep attacking you from far without actually coming to you. It's actually, it is likely we die in these catacombs again. I am a knowledgeable player. I'm not a good one. I've played this game. I've played lots of Dark Souls. I'm still not very good at them. But I do know where stuff is. Tribo and then no fire ahead. Exactly. That's actually a good message. Okay. You could have also warned me about that guy. Let me applaud this message. Go, 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 go. I actually don't have a bow, so this is how I have to do it. Prattling Pate, hello. Hello. Okay. This next room is rather difficult because there's a few enemies, as you can see. I'm gonna hit that. Okay. Sure, I'm gonna use this. Get him out of the way. And that died. Yep, that does make sense. There were quite a few enemies in that room, as I said. They're not to be underestimated. Yeah, upon dying you'll be revived last sight of grace. You'll drop any runes in your possession. If you die before reclaiming those runes, they will be lost forever. Yeah, so death in this game can be somewhat inconsequential aside from your time, but you could technically lose all your runes if you're not very patient in getting them back. Come on, there you go. Guess we'll grab that again. Oh, he's down here. I should have maybe used my stomp now that I think about it. Anyway, then that's fine. That's fine. This fella, however, and we need to get him. Okay, so that fire is gone permanently. Oh god. Oh god. That's rather scary. Now we're gonna hit that. We're gonna grab our runes. Gonna hit that fella. Hit him again. Come back. Oh, okay, perfect. Why can I not craft? Is it because I'm technically in combat? Oh. Okay, this is very funny, but... Okay, there we go. Gonna go back here. No, I can't craft. Okay, that's fine. We'll just jump attack. That's one. Okay, yeah, we trigger them. Oh god, I don't want to... You see that little bar? Oh god, no. That little bar means bleed. It's a status effect. And bleed is probably one of the worst ones to have. Once that bar fills up which it will if you keep getting attacked by enemies that do bleed damage. You will take a significant amount of damage for your health. It's a fixed amount from your max health, but I mean, anything that is like a fixed amount from your max health is gonna be a bad time. I didn't actually have to clear that part. There was nothing to it. But we did get this earlier. Just a little item. I don't think it does anything. It just does this. Literally just says hello in a weird, funny voice. Very deep voice. Yeah, there's nothing there. I'm gonna craft myself some fire bombs. Just in case I need to throw them. And I'm gonna climb this. Now, yeah, so I died. I got my runes back, so all good. Like nothing ever happened. Always check your corners. I will forget that lesson and relearn it the hard way. Always check your corners. Okay, we'll let that fella. Yeah, you can hear another one to our right. Yep. I didn't roll properly. Wandering Noble Ashes. Yeah, so I'm gonna use ashes for this next fight just to show you, but I don't plan on using them. And that's simply because I just don't like using them. But in a future playthrough, I might use them. I mean, it is an item in the game. And I shouldn't say I don't like using them. I do like using them. I just don't like wait, how did this work again? Don't I equip the bell? So I guess I equipped the actual ash. Okay. Do I have the MP for this? That's the thing. Oh, I keep messing up. 28 FP and MP FP. Yeah, I do have enough. Okay. So yeah, ashes. I do like using them. It's not that I don't like using them. It's just I don't find any joy in using them for like a boss fight when I'm trying to do a proper playthrough where I'm testing my own skill, you know. Because they just make the game too easy. And before, you know, someone on. Oh dear. All right. We'll get to the ashes conversation some other time. But I just honestly, like, if someone tells me, like, or comments on Reddit, which is a website I actually use a lot, especially for Elden Ring. I do like reading everyone's experiences there. Someone says, you know, you're accusing people of like having an easier time, like, you know, you're saying it makes the game easy, so it may not count. That's not what I'm trying to say, because that's something that conclusion that people jump to. I think it makes the game easy, but I don't think it matters that you use them, because they're in the game. They're meant to be used. It would be rather odd that you didn't actually use them. Again, you're just making a challenge for yourself, and that's something that I do want to make for this playthrough. But okay, just kill this guy. But it's perfectly valid for you to use them, and I do highly recommend you do use them if you've never played the game. And they can be very fun. Like, some of them are actually very fun to use. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing it. I want my runes back. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to grab those. Yeah. Okay, I'll come back just in case I change my mind about using ashes for this playthrough. Just in case. Yeah, so what we did, by the way, when we pulled that lever, like every catacomb's gonna have the same layout, I think. You have to find a lever to open the door to the boss. And the door is right here. And I'm gonna equip my ashes. And you know, it'd be very funny if I died, even with the ashes. I mean, they're not particularly strong ashes, so... And especially when I take a hit like that. Okay, yeah, they do very little damage. Yeah, but you see, they drew the aggro away from me, so now... Even though they didn't actually contribute that much damage, that was a very easy boss fight that I don't think would be in normal circumstances in other games or in other Soulsborne games. But yeah, that was that was easy. Sure, I could have done it on my own without the ashes. But that's the reason why I'm not gonna use them. Like as you can see, I could literally just keep attacking, stagger him, and that would have been a lot more difficult without said ashes, and I just hit my desk. I think if I were to make one change, it would be, I think they should have delayed the game until they figured out a way for the boss AI to deal with multiple enemies, like, because even in co-op, if you summon another player, bosses get really easy because they lose a lot of time switching between targets. And yeah, I just don't see a reason for me to use the ashes when I'm confident I can go without them, and I do want to go without them. It just makes boss fights more engaging for me. But anyway, that's enough about ashes. I spent an entire episode ranting about them. I think that's enough. And it's not really a rant because I still like using them. I think they were a good addition to the game, just not properly balanced. But yeah, that's the argument. I'm not gonna talk more about it. We've cleared 2 dungeons. I don't know why. I'm not even sure why I'm gonna ride Torrent towards the church. I could have just fast traveled, but whatever. We have a couple more items to buy from Calais. And let's get out.
Wait, weren't you? Well, you're back.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he means by like that small hesitation. Gonna buy these 2 notes. I'm gonna buy the missionary cookbook. It allows us to craft.
Is available on Prolific.
Oh, I do hope you weren't able to hear that. That was my notification for this website called Prolific. It's a website for doing surveys, and they pay you like a couple of bucks per survey. It's very cool. You should check it out. If you want to make like some money on the side just answering surveys, and hopefully you answer them truthfully and you just don't do them for the money, because they are like actual studies that scientists and university students use. So you should definitely not like lie. You should be very truthful. Yeah, so if you didn't actually hear the notification, then good. But if you did, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, we've... What was that? I know, I thought it was an item, but it wasn't. We have done 2 dungeons, Groveside Cave and Stormfoot Catacombs. We've talked a fair bit at length about summoning ashes, which I'm not gonna remove. Yeah, I think it was a fairly fun episode. We've done a bit of progress. Next episode, I'll probably head for this marker. Then I'll head for this marker here in this little island. You'll see. Next episode after that, we'll go here to this little cave, and then we'll try to go around here. There is a very important item that we're gonna have to grab. It's not very important at the start because it's not upgraded, but after that, it'll be very important for our journey. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I do apologize for the ranting about ashes. I really do not mean to like talk bad about people who use them or say the game's easy on purpose and trying to make anyone feel bad about it. But it is a topic for discussion, and it gives me a lot to talk about while I play the game. So we're not just, talking about absolutely nothing concrete. At least we're having a proper discussion. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.